Old Bloke Goes Podcasting. Welcome to the first podcast in the Old Bloke Goes series. This whole old bloke concept came from a struggle to get fit in my 50s, which in turn resulted in my first book in the series, Old Bloke Goes Running. In this first podcast, I'll talk a little about what made me write the book. I'll talk about subjects I might cover in future podcasts and about the next Old Bloke book in production. Finally, I'll sign off with a different sample chapter from the one provided by Audible. What made me write the running book? Well, I write for a living these days, and after a breathless holiday in Madeira at 15 stone, which is officially obese for somebody my height, I decided to ask a pal for help. Referred to as the Grand Master in the book, he got me running, and a little at a time and bit by bit, I edged away from the abyss. Lost 3 stone and ended up doing 10Ks and fell runs on a kind of regular basis. The book goes into all sorts of detail about the equipment I used, the problems I had, and that feeling of utter exhilaration I experienced when running across a mountain top. I wanted to make it a laugh out loud book in places too. Hopefully lots of places. Other Old Bloke podcasts will give me a chance to do mini versions of the bigger books and explore things like going fishing for the first time, running in Kefalonia, gigging in Holland, and to be honest, I'm open to suggestions, within reason. The next proper book in the series is going to be Old Bloke Goes Campervanning. I'm aiming for that, maybe to be ready around about February time. That's February 2020. This will cover my first real delve into the world of campervans through a kind of baptism of fire. A 5,000 mile journey to Denia and back in a metal thing, on wheels, through all sorts of terrain and adventures, while being totally outnumbered. You see, there's 4 ladies and me. That makes it sound weird, so I'll explain. There was my better half, my youngest daughter, and 2 flat coat retrievers, who happened to be mother and daughter too. Was there conflict, scary moments, and a big learning curve? You bet there was. Meanwhilest, here's that unique sample chapter I promised, taken from the Audible version of Old Bloke Goes Running by myself, Paul Murdoch. This chapter is all about getting a vital check-up, from the doctor before you even start. Here we go. Chapter 6. Old Bloke Gets a Medical. I don't know about you, but getting an appointment with a doctor these days under 3 weeks away isn't easy. Unless you are near to death or have just been admitted to hospital after some emergency, you have no chance. So when my appointment finally arrived, I'd actually been out jogging a few times and had lost 4 pounds in weight. So what's wrong with you this time, Paul? The doctor said. Nothing, I said, smugly, expecting security to eject me for wasting the doctor's time. I just want some advice, if that's okay. Advice that a phone call couldn't have covered, she pressed. Well, I said, it's more of a check-up. You see, as you have pointed out in the past, I am a wee bit overweight. So I've decided to start running. The doctor smiled. Good for you. But because of my asthma, I continued, and the high cholesterol and stuff, I thought I'd better get the okay from you first. Okay, she said. Let's check your blood pressure and lung capacity. So after a few pathetic puffs into a hollow tube, and then a vice-like band gripping my bicep 3 times in succession, she nodded and said, your blood pressure's within limits, and your flow rate is okay, given you've got asthma. I'm taking 2 puffs of my blue inhaler before each run, I added. Perfect, she said, reaching for her computer. I watched as she found an article called Couch to 5K, which she printed off. Then she beamed at me and said, go for it, Paul. Good luck. And that was that. I wandered back out into the world with permission to run. Once I was home, my better half said, well? All right, the doctor. Aye, I got the all clear, I said. And the running, she added. Ha ha, I replied. I'm good to go. So all that money you spent on clothes and watches and stuff is going to pay off? Of course, I replied, even more determined than ever to prove her wrong. She was used to my fad diets and occasional attempts at exercise. Then I saw her look up at the big cobweb on the ceiling and glance out at her uncut hedge You know, housework and gardening are just as good for you. Aye, I'm sure they are, I replied, slipping upstairs to my office, stroke back cave. I had my superhero running togs piled in the corner, so I slipped them on, snapped on my high-tech watch and slid down my bat pole. I jogged out in the night air, vindicated. Or should that be vilified? I guess it's all a matter of perspective. Old Bloke Running is also available in paperback via Amazon, or Jings, even in your local bookshop if there is one these days, or your library, again if there is one now. Oh, and you can read it on Kindle. Better still, get a signed and dedicated copy straight from my website, all the W's, paulmurdoch.co.uk. You can contact me via the website too. If anyone's listening, many thanks. Ciao for now.